You keep on blaming Meiteis. The entire development issues is because of the Meiteis. Am I implicated in that? Is the community implicated in that?
Developmental infrastructures are concentrated in the valley.
In Manipur, 90% of the budget comes from Delhi. So why, if there is a unwillingness to grant 1 year, so at least why can't we upgrade the tribal university in Sadar Hills to a full-fledged central university? Why can't we have more colleges in Tirunopal, in Kirgol, in Saikul, or in other places?
0.6% of the total development funds of the state. That's not fair. How can we say that development leads to the hills? That's why we are lagging behind in all aspects of socio-economic.
If you really want to have these grievances of a development, please ask and demand the state to form a committee to investigate the factors behind these one is differential development and what is the present status of various communities in Manipur, and compare them in all India level or any other states. And I can tell you that the picture of Manipur that you painted as if that is a tribal in the other areas, you will not find it. You will never find it. I think this present government is trying to do something like bottom-up planning strategies, topographically sensitive planning. The earlier planning has a weakness in terms of a top-down model, so it doesn't fit in. And I check it in Prime Minister's Yojana, even you have something like 250, population. If a village doesn't have it, under that Yojana, you can't have a metal road there. Now, what happened is many of these villages, you have 20 households, 50 households, how they are going to get connected, under which policies. So thankfully, I think Tamenglong is part of selected districts across the country under these new government policies. They are trying it local specific design, bottom-up planning to see the development. So much of the so-called development discourse, especially in Manipur, I have checked in some of the studies, has to do with the terrain also, with the law and order situation. You remember that Manipur Hills have been the theatre of armed conflict for more than 50 years, which required Indian Army to be involved.
Yes.
How do you have a development process in that? And then such kind of demography, thinner population spread out in a large area. So there are objective factors, but unfortunately what I think is things have been communalized. You keep on blaming Meiteis. And I've been saying, if there is a genuine differential development, why don't we have an objective assessment and try to correct it, rather than communalize and blaming the Meiteis and valleys and so on. I mean, if you're genuinely concerned in development, then you ought to be doing this. That's my feeling, rather than succumbing to this identity politics. You take care of this one, and it is good for everybody else. Instead of communalizing, we don't have hospital, we don't have this, we don't have that. I said, please try to have an objective assessment of that one rather than communalizing. And I think that's, if there is a genuine underdevelopment, do I get benefit by perpetuating that one? I've been branding and villainizing Meiteis for decades, as if the entire development issues is because of the Meiteis. Am I implicated in that? Is the community implicated in that? Even the language that people talk, it's been like this. You have been creating this narrative. If you have been genuinely worried about your development issues, you have a much more objective ways to deal with it. You don't do it. You have been painting Meiteis as some kind of a villain. In fact, the percentage you check in Manipur, check the literacy rate, check the infant mortality rate, any criteria you choose, you will be surprised. Your whole narrative of tribal backwardness and deprivation will change your picture if you see the facts and figure. If there are genuine issues, this is not the way to address. Yes, if you have a development issues, I have been saying this. Please institute to refer two things I said. I have lobbied with Sri Ibobi. I have lobbied with Biren, this present CM as well. Please institute a high-level committee. Check these two things. I said, irrespective of tribe, non-tribe, check it. What are the socio-economic and educational status of different communities in the state? Number one. And two, is there any differential bottlenecks in the different areas of the state? Find out ways to overcome these things. They should have set up an objective way to engage with these issues rather than succumbing to this vested interest identity politics. You have never done it, and you think that by creating tensions and violence, development issues, you can handle it differently. If there are any genuine issues, it can always be in a civilized world. You can always have a negotiation and talk, but senseless madness and violence helps none. Some of these grievances about development issues and others, I think government should form a committee right now and investigate how far is it real, how far is it a perceived one, and also to look into how these real issues that come up can be addressed in a very effective manner.
Manipur ki sud lairiba tribal khatang haibiganu SC ST khungang da laiba Imphal na taba jaga da Meiteis oraga su moi ki fibam je kamai lairi chano socio economic status sumaina matang yengchana ba high level committee amta sembiu masina hayeng moina mo autonomy talakpa ama talakpa da moina sakthung phidungdre haibagi foundation do madu da su address tawba yani madu ki political advantage down laigani achum bajong to puthokna ba tausi committee sembio ina tungda lakadaba pochi uraga poche karino na urakanda sigi amanta high level committee sembio na ina lobby tawni inchale Pong Ibobi was very excited tausi hai ma lau su lau thore ngasi mimang da haidok pai wan ina congress ki mapok kumon palon na mana retired judge amna duting aga tawgani na lau thore Numin marini ra kaina inu nar matungda 12 ta ngasi dagi ti chahi 13 mamangi wari ne ba hai ni ba pose tawra khidre ba lauk thokraga ain khalle ba handak tholok sida saktung pidungdre achin Meiteis na loi lagre hospital leite ma leite
Developmental infrastructures are concentrated in the valley areas.
Yen nga sai ki propagandist or but distorted twisted over discourse some of the communalized story but said thugai ram yara bane ba ngasi se 12 years I say many PhD would have come up article even the facts and figure ma'am the mang the potok talaga everybody will talk asigi pose thoan gidre ba koi thok tab dana hosi su television da thola khuningi look at Imphal da du lei akoi da si leite moina loin lok sangre moina du tawre na hujik su du ngang lei re ba se la le khang khang na khoi chum thong ngai masak se kai chum thok ka no se ne ba nga sa hai je do tung da thola ka da du ura de ma se mangjau na 2012 ki da tawira mo ba ngasi sumaina wa pangangang si ya roi ba ai khoi na matam du oira ma je ngasi di PhD masing su hengal apni graduate masing hengal ba lam ne ba lai su hai ba mayam thangal matam si da potiam te yaw dre khanan na do si nei nga sa hai je do sakthung fidung dre hai ba du da yum pham oira ka horoi ko politics se thugai hoge hai ra di masi bu confront hoge di ngasi imai ben sing na law da na kap na taw sing ma ta simultaneously adu taw mo de politics ma san dum sonjar adab ne ba ani pu thugai ge hai ba ngam do ta hodre na ma do 2017 da ina mu yamba khoi ge honorable CM sina ha bo ma first time do unab da appointment law ra ma on da song ta e ba mo sim ta taw sin adu taw re khoi mi leite thabuk lobi de hai na government na madu gumba committee ma semaga kadai the khenari know how many graduates are there IS na ka yauri kai na season magi committee ma same go response masi tamo hogi government na ba su ma tawra kanda ekoi ki rumor hai ga politics na ba nam dare hai ni sida factual level information khara thang sa masu mama ma taw tar ga tamo hoina masu lower ki steps tobi tips this separatist tendencies of an ethno-nationalist kind, are they using this violence as a means? Why it is so eager to say that end game should be a separate administration? I said if it is 6th schedule and all this autonomy is for the grievances, there are ways to address these grievances. And I am saying that this autonomy, I am saying it clearly, that this is driven by the need to get direct access to the wealth in Delhi. If you really want to have these grievances of a development, please ask and demand the state
to form a committee to investigate the factors behind these back. One is differential development, and what is the present status of various communities in Manipur, and compare them in all India level or any other states. And I can tell you that the picture of Manipur that you painted as if that is a tribal in the other areas, you will not find it. You will never find it.